guys didn't guess it, I'm going to be making Mjölnir in my video. So for this you're going to need some cardboard and a rectangular box. You'll need like a rectangular tube, not rectangular tubing, like cardboard tubing, a ruler, scissors, and an X-Acto knife. You also need some tape, silver paint, a glue gun, a pencil and a Sharpie, and some leather strap, like ribbon. The first thing you want to do is take your rectangular box, and from the long side you're going to measure a half on two of the corners and then draw a line across to each of those dots. Then you're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side of the box, making the triangle. And then you can match those two sides with your ruler just right there on the corner, and you can cut that piece out. Be careful if you're using an X-Acto knife. You're probably going to have to use an X-Acto knife for part of it, and then you can use the rest for scissors, but you might be able to manage just fine with scissors. So now you'll have a hole like this, and you're going to want to cut a strip of cardboard out and fill that hole up. And you're going to do this on each of the corners, so you'll have 4 in total like this. On the opposite corners, there'll be 4 on each side. You're going to measure about 1 inch thick, make a line, and you're going to do that on the sides as well, and you're going to cut those corners out. But you're going to want to do this one by one. There's 8 in total, but you need to do one by one, cutting them out, and then you're going to take and glue on a little strip of cardboard. If you do them all at the same time, it'll just fall completely apart. So you want to glue the little angled pieces on before you cut the next spot. Once you get all 8 of those sides done, you'll be left with little triangles. There'll be 8 of them you'll have to cut out and glue those in as well. When I was finished with this, I just did paper mache around the box so that I wouldn't have any rough edges. Once that's dry, I painted it white to cover up the tunes on the newspaper, and then covered that in about 2 or 3 layers of the metallic silver paint. I take the tubing and I'm going to measure around the tubing and cut that out. And next I'm going to Mod Podge. This is a step you can skip. I do it because I want to make sure that my paint isn't going to rub off, because we are going to be using this as a cosplay prop and bringing it along with us for conventions, so we want to make sure that it lasts for a while. What I do next is I find a strip of these Celtic knots and I copy that onto the 8 corners that are on the side of the hammer. And I use pencil, and then I color that in with a Sharpie, and when it's finished it'll look like this. Now I know that it's not exactly like the one on Mjölnir, but it's very close and I think it looks really cool when it's done. Next thing I do is I measure around one of my duct tape rolls to make a circle. I'm going to paint and then cut that out and put that on the top of my Mjölnir. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the little cardboard tubing, and I'm cutting that in half because I'm only going to need part of it. And then I glue on a small strip of the leather strap, or the leather ribbon stuff, and I want my hand to be able to fit in. Next I measure a circle and glue that onto the bottom part of the hammer's handle, and then I start wrapping around my leather strip, and I just keep wrapping it over and over again until I get to the, not to the very top of the cardboard tubing, but to where it's going to stick into the Mjölnir part. And here's what mine looks like when it's finished. I just wrapped the whole way up, and then I did some little designs on it. And then I coiled up some of the leather. Sorry about my dogs. And put that on the end. Once I was finished with that, I stuck the tubing into, or the handle into, the actual hammer part and glued on some extra leather to make sure that it's held in on both sides, and I have Mjölnir. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see some more videos, click the links located right down there below.